Check 1 2. You know what it is, man. You know what time it is. Big Mike Almighty Triple XL coming at y'all live and direct. Max City Limits radio show. MaxCity.com. Don't know where I'm going to put this joint, man. Whether it's going to be on the outside or the inside. Not sure. I mean, I'm dropping jewels as usual. You know what I mean? And usually when I drop jewels, man, I want it to be in my Patreon. But then again, since we got this NWO shit popping off right now, this New World Order shit, I do believe that many people need to hear this ism, man. People need to hear me expound and pontificate. So I don't know. It'll be on the outside or the inside. Maybe it's a half and half joint. Irregardless, you will get something out of this, man. You players will get something out of this. Okay, so first thing on the agenda, we have to speak on some things pertaining to the COVID-19. Cats have been hitting me up. And before I even start that, man, let me give a shout out to the player, man, the mad scientist, Don Calypso. Don Calypso been basically educating me, man, on biochemistry and biology, man. Y'all know I'm a layman, but I'm a quick study, and he has been quite instrumental in informing me of things where I may have been led astray or I may gone awry, or he can confirm things in which I need confirmation on, because I don't know any biochemist or biologist or whatever he is. He's into the biology thing, man. The brother is legit, you know what I mean? So shout out to Don Calypso, man. Man, it's a beautiful thing to rub elbows with somebody who basically knows their craft and knows what they're talking about, man. So with that being said, allow me to speak on some things that's come across my desk. Somebody has pointed to there's some sister, I don't know, I guess she's in New York. She was going into hysterics. I don't know if I can find that video. Probably put the link in the description box. But the gist of her video was this. I don't know, maybe it's like 2 minutes. But her husband, she's in New York. It's got everything to do with COVID-19. Her husband was sick, went to the emergency room or went to the hospital. Hospital basically rebuffed him, told him that they can't do nothing for him, sent him back home. And when he got back home, he died. Now, people are using this to basically say how serious the situation is with COVID-19 in New York. And I don't know why people are still sending me this shit, because I'm stating that, yeah, I believe that there's something killing people, and I'm leaning towards it actually being a virus. But we got to go back to, once again, it's not even killing 1% of the world population. So once again, we go back to Joseph Stalin. What did he say? The death of one man is a tragedy. The death of millions is just a statistic. And people are using this to tug on your heartstrings. It's more propaganda. And I mean, people are like sending this shit to me and they're like, see, it's real. Well, number one, you don't even know the gist of that video. Because from what I'm hearing, dude went to the hospital. He didn't even get tested. He went back home and he died. So you can't even say he died from COVID-19. But to me, that's irrelevant, because I believe there is a COVID-19 germ or virus out there. And I believe it's killing people who are basically already on their deathbed. If you're already sick, if you already have premorbidities, if you already have underlying conditions, yeah, more than likely, if you catch it, you might die. So, y'all chill, man. Okay? Follow the logical conclusion to the argument. All right? Come on. Number 2. People are trying to direct me towards mass graves. They're saying, well, Mike, you saying it's only 1% of the population, but We got all these mass graves popping up all over New York and New Jersey. Once again, you're not following the logical conclusion to the argument. Even if these mass graves are real, and what I mean by that, even if these mass graves are due to COVID-19, still does not amount to 1% of the world population dying of COVID-19. You just have a serious hotspot in the United States where people are dropping dead like flies. And also, it is my understanding that since you have a lot of poverty and you have a lot of homelessness in New York and in New Jersey, there's a lot of people who do not have insurance. It is my understanding that they have mass graves all over the place because people don't have insurance. They can't be properly buried. They can't have proper burials. So who's to say that these mass graves that they have dug and that they're burying are actually COVID-19 victims? It could be old ass stock footage of them just burying homeless people who don't have burial insurance. The media is not above pulling those sort of Jedi mind tricks on y'all, man, okay? They will use old ass archived stock footage of homeless people getting buried with the quickness and then say it's COVID-19 victims, you know what I mean? But once again, I'm not here to debate if COVID-19 is real or not. I'm not here to debate whether COVID-19 is killing a lot of people in New York. No, that's not my point. My point is it's being overblown, greatly exaggerated, and it's being done for a reason, because they want to scare and to spook you to pass legislation and to pass laws which are draconian in nature, in which you will lose rights and freedoms. It's the death of 1,000 cuts. And even as we speak, they keep dragging it on. Oh, well, we can't rescind the stay home. Huh? Yeah. Yep. How much you charge? Oh, that's cool. Yeah. Shoot, now is if you can. Okay. Yeah, man. I mean, they're saying they can't rescind the stay-at-home order. And then they're saying, it's going to be a year to a year and a half before they get a vaccine. They're just trying to purposely wreck the economy, man. Their agenda is vaccinations to depopulate the planet, wreck the economy, pretty much want to push the reset button on the economy and do away with cash if they can and make everything electronic. This is actually what's going on right here. And the germ and the virus is an excuse to do it. So let's talk about the fear aspect. Fear. My last show, I talked about he who seeks to save his life shall surely lose it, and he who seeks to lose his life shall surely save it. This is all about fear. Fear porn. Fear. Propaganda. Let me try and explain this in violence terms. I've done this before on past shows, but it's been a while since I've explained it, so let me explain it again. Fear is the mind killer. Fear makes you freeze. Fear makes you panic. That's right, man. Fear makes you panic. And of course, that's what's been going on ever since this pandemic popped off. A lot of people panicking, doing a lot of irrational shit, not wanting to read, not wanting to investigate, just following the mandates and the commands of their masters. But of course, Big Mike ain't on it. I like to read and I like to research everything, especially as far as the media is concerned. So let's just go to the roots, man. Let's just talk about the brass tacks of that philosophy. Let's say you're in a battle, you're in a fight. Two dudes squaring up. We got to figure out which one is battle hardened and which one is really about that life and which one's going to come out on top. Let's think about it. He who seeks to save his life shall surely lose it. And he who seeks to lose his life shall surely save it. The individual who goes into battle thinking of ways that he's going to lose, thinking of ways that he could get hurt, thinking of all sorts of possible outcomes in which he could lose, that, for the most part, typically is the individual that's not going to come out on top. Why? Because that individual is going to freeze. If you squaring up with somebody and all you can think of, they coming to cut the grass right now. I'm going to have to do this show inside because we're going to have a lot of noise getting the grass cut. Players, domestic duties call. If you would like to hear the rest of this podcast, please visit www.patreon.com/MaxCityLimits. Once again, www.patreon.com/MaxCityLimits. Hurry up, join now. You don't want to miss out, man. Big Mike is dropping jewels, son. See you on the inside. I'm out. You dig.
They manhandled us because we were asking the paramedics for an update, and they wouldn't give an update on her father, who's dead in the other room from the coronavirus. He came home yesterday with a temperature. Doctor said don't go to the hospital. I just left here at 7 p.m. and he was fine. This call came over as a shooting. No, my daughter called and said my dad's dead. And now that they're all leaving, we know that he's dead. What they did to my daughter? They got my daughter on the ground. They're choking my daughter. They treat my daughter like a criminal because she asked for an update on her father. And now they're saying they may not even take him out. His body may have to lay in there for 4 or 5 days until the morgue comes and gets him. How dare you make us have to deal with that? After living there with the body for days. I say shame on you, Mayor de Blasio. I have served you. I am the owner of Harlem Seafood Soul. How dare you, Mayor de Blasio? You can't blame that shit on Trump. You can't blame that shit on Cuomo. This is our city, and we're being treated like shit. Fuck you! And fuck you!